Hey guys, welcome. Today's tutorial is on this look that I'm calling Winter Pink, and I have referred to some lip products here and there as like a wintry pink type lip color, and by that I mean a pink that is not too, bright and Barbie pink and cotton candy and all that stuff, but something that's just a little bit more muted. Maybe a little bit more like dusty and mixed with a neutral. So today's look is a very monochromatic look. We've worked the winter pink vibe into the eyes, cheeks, and lips. And on the eye look, while I've got a lot of like blingy sparkle happening on there, there is kind of an option on this, I think, where you can easily take this look in a matte direction too. So I'll point that out as I go along in the tutorial. But this look was requested on the last video that I did, the Get Ready With Me with the old Hollywood look. And I thought it was just a perfect idea for a little bit different kind of look this time of year. So thank you guys so much for joining in, and here we go. Alrighty, how the heck are you everyone? I am going to shake up my foundation. Today I'm using Rimmel Lasting Finish, which is always a favorite. All it needs is a pump or maybe a squeezy tube, you know, back the way it used to be. And it would be like perfection foundation. I'm just dabbing this around. I really just want my foundation to even out my skin today. I don't really need any other special functions, you know. And I wear the shade Soft Beige in that foundation, and I'm going to blend it out today with some classic F80 action, Sigma F80 flat top kabuki. Every now and then you just want to go back to the old stuff that you know that works, works. I am wearing the softest little sweater here ever. Thank you so much to Bub's mom who gave this to me. They stopped through the area over this past weekend, dropped off some early Christmas gifts, so thank you so much. And next I'm going to kind of combine a couple of concealer steps. I'm going to take some Tarte Shape Tape, and with that I'm going to give myself a few dabs, like just kind of right up in here. Don't need to overuse this product. But that's pretty much where I'm going to stop with that. But I am going to also dab a little bit of erase paste, which I wear in the shade medium, right around my innermost corner here. Just for a little correcting. I don't always feel like I need that every day, but you know, when I do, I do. And then the lucky sponge of the day is the Real Techniques mini sponge. So I'm just going to dab this out. And then I'm taking my Physicians Formula Youthful Wear. This is the translucent matte finish powder, and this is a nice little setting powder, either just for the under eye or all over the face. Sometimes when I'm just in a hurry, this is the setting powder that goes everywhere. And I'm not especially in a hurry right now, but it just seemed like the right thing to grab for, you know? And I'm using this Sigma, it's called the Spotlight Duster. It's actually a highlighting brush, but something about the fullness of it, sometimes I just will use it as an all-over powder brush. Thus far, I've used a lot of tried and true products, but I am going to sort of play with something that just came in the mail yesterday, this Tarteist Pro Glow To Go. It's so funny because in the video where I was messing around with the larger Pro Glow palette, I remembered saying, I think this could be condensed, you know, into something a little bit smaller with fewer highlights and maybe just one contour. And then this is what they apparently already had in the works. But here's what really would have excited me. Just one highlight, the powder contour, but also that cream contour. I think Tarte did a really nice cream contour in the larger palette. So anyways, I'm taking some of that there contour shade and I am applying it right here. I don't know how many of my viewers, I know I've talked about Erica before. I don't know how many of you have headed over to her channel, but she's doing Vlogmas. She's putting a heck of a lot of work into doing these daily vlogging videos. Well, tons of vloggers are, you know, that's no joke. That's a lot of work to put in every day to pull out the camera nonstop, and not to mention excuse me, edit it all together. I'm loving her video. She's doing an awesome job, so I will link to her below. I would like to say thank you so much for all of the incredibly, incredibly sweet feedback on the baby name reveal video. You guys are the best, just the nicest, sweetest people, and We are so thankful for you. I feel like when I'm sharing info about that, little tidbits that are so close to our, personal lives, I really feel like I am among friends when I share that, because I've been at this YouTube thing for a long, long time, It's been 9 years as of November, so when I'm getting on there and talking about stuff, I know there are some people who have been with me for the long haul, and your kindness just does not go unnoticed. I appreciate you so much, and I'm just so thankful that we're all, in it together, and I trust that you'll show up on my doorstep ready to, relieve me and babysit whenever necessary. Like, no, just kidding, although that would be kind of cool. But yeah, as of this Thursday, we'll be down to exactly 4 weeks left in the pregnancy. 4 weeks until we hit that 40-week mark, so if we make it that far. My blush today, we're talking Winter Pink. I love this one. This is Milani's Romantic Rose from their Rose blush line. It's a nice matte blush, pigmented, but goodness, works for everything. Just gives the softest blushed look. I can't think of too many people who wouldn't enjoy this one, but it's really going to work with the sort of monochromatic feel we're going to be pulling off with this look today. About time I talked about the actual makeup look of the day, huh? I've been playing with this look on and off for nearly a couple weeks now. And I was planning to use a different highlight, but I think since I have this little palette now, I'm going to just go ahead and maybe use this Gleam shade right up top. It's a little cooler. Sorry, everything's so mirrored. 80% of the products are packaged with this mirrored casing, And there's some of that. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, tell me in the comments, what is the song that you right now cannot get out of your head? For me, it is that one dude who is on The Voice, the country guy. Sorry, I haven't been watching all season, but my mom's like, you've got to start watching The Voice. This was like 2 weeks ago. So I start watching, and it's the guy with the beard who sang, even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. But the part that sticks with me about that song is the way he says, and tell me if, like, that gets that really, really countrified place with that song, and I'm always like, and I can't hear that without trying to mimic it. Is anybody else that way? Like, you are literally, you want to make that sound with your own voice, but you can't. And tell me, and I just find myself randomly throughout the day, I'm doing something totally like different, and then I try to sing that line. I'm recording this, by the way, before I know the winner of The Voice, because that's tonight. I'm shooting this on Tuesday. Tell me. So that song has been like non-stop running in my head, and then pretty much any like Christmas tune, I sing a lot of Oh Holy Night. While Belle's eating her dinner, like, she'll say, sing Christmas songs. Like, a lot of times she likes me to talk about a different story, like whether it's a book she's read or a Disney movie. She likes me to kind of rehash what happened in a story. I don't know. And then she likes to come in and sort of fill in the blanks about the story, but lately she's been like, sing Christmas songs. So I put on a full-on concert around dinner time. So, setting must. Do we finish? And tell me. I've still got some Brow Wiz left, and I go through these skinny pencils faster than just about anything in my makeup collection. A skinny brow pencil, I just, breeze through it. For a while, I thought I might have run out of this, but I was getting confused with some other ones that I had actually run out of, and I still have my Brow Wiz in the medium brown, so I'm going to go ahead and use some of that. Here's another fun fact about The Voice this season. Billy Gilman's on there. Back when I worked at the TV station, I interviewed Billy Gilman. Yes, I did. It was in 2010. I think I found that interview on YouTube, and this was when he was kind of trying to break into the country music scene again, and I don't think he sang live on the air, but it was just a quick interview kind of promoting an appearance he was making in our area. And so I thought that was funny, because when I was having that discussion with Mom about it, she's saying, oh, you should watch The Voice, Billy Gilman's on there, he's really good. And I'm like, Billy Gilman? I've interviewed Billy Gilman. I haven't interviewed a lot of celebrities, so things stand out, certain people stand out sometimes. I had another night last night where I slept on my eyebrow funny. Isn't that ridiculous? But I do that, and like I'll be laying on this side and then I'll wake up, it'll be like the whole outer part of my eyebrows going in every direction. I tried to tame that thing down when I was moisturizing, you know, tried to keep it in line a little bit. This NYX Tinted Brow Mascara, if you don't have your Control Freak on hand, NYX Control Freak Brow Gel, or if you don't have a Control Freak in your life, no, you can just put this on and it holds really nicely too. So I'm going to see if that'll take some of my wild hairs, make them lay the heck down. Sometimes you see makeup tutorials and nobody's struggling. There's no struggle of any kind. Are there struggles really? Or are they just cutting that stuff out? And where is my Milani eyeshadow primer? Excuse me? Okay. I had to do some digging in that drawer the other day. Milani eyeshadow primer. And this eye look is really not too tough, I wouldn't say. It's not super challenging, and I think there are a couple of ways you can go with it. You could keep it like an all matte eye very easily, but I'm going to show you how to kick it up and make it like ultra glam and sparkly on the lid as well. But start thinking about any palette that you have that contains some matte dusty rose type shades here. So like a Naked 3 palette has exactly what I'm talking about, with the shade called Limit and the shade called Nooner. There, those kinds of colors. Lorac Pro 1 has that color called Mauve. These kinds of shades are becoming very commonly sprinkled around in palettes these days. I thought I'd reach for something sort of old school that I hadn't used in a while, but the colors are out there certainly. So I'm going to build up some of that matteness first, and I'm going to start with Limit, which would be the lighter of the two kind of pinky colors here. Yeah, that color applies certainly a little bit darker than you might even think, but that's cool. I'm fine with that. Now that I've got it in the crease, I'm going to think about lightly bringing that shade up even higher. A lot of this is dependent on the amount of space you have between your crease and your eyebrow. But if you've got some there to work with, I say go for it. Pull it upward quite a ways, like almost to the brow. And then I'm using just the little brush that comes in this palette, and again going back to the color called Limit, and I'm going to get a little bit of that going on my lid also. It's funny because packing that shadow directly on you know, just your eye primer that's there, it kind of looks lighter than it did in the crease. And then I'm going to go to Nooner, which is even deeper and dustier, and we're going to work this up into mostly the outer part of the crease today. So we got this beautiful mauvey, rosy dustiness happening here, and so I'm just going to blend over the edges of that. I'm going to take a little bit of this color called Strange at the end. Funny how they give the name Strange to perhaps the most common color in the entire palette, but I'm gonna take that right under the brow. Very, very lightly. And then a little bit of darkness right on the lid. We're going to this deepest color. You can just use the flat brush that comes in this palette, or any flat brush you like, but it's the color called Blackheart. Yeah, Blackheart. And you want to dab a little bit of that right on the outer part of the lid. Not wanting to take it in too far. Maybe get it really right up into that crease zone too. Now we're going to have a little fun. If you want to build up some sparkle, continue on this step with me. Otherwise, you know, you can leave this look pretty much matte like it is, and that'll be just fine too. I'm going to take a little bit of this e.l.f. smudge pot, and the color is called Ain't That Sweet. Oh, that follows my little country theme that seems to be chasing me around this video. I'm going to pick some of that up with a little small flat brush, and I'm going to begin laying this down right on the inner part of my lid and pull it about 2/3 of the way in. Yes, I realize this is cream over powder, but sometimes when you want to make a little statement with the shimmery shininess of a certain product, you can do that. Don't be scared. And then I'm going to do that on the other side real quick too. Another cream shadow, if you got it, that would be good here would be the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the color called Inked in Pink. Okay, so you got that brightness now just on the lid, kind of coming to where that darker shadow was that you applied on the outer part of the lid. And then for a real dose of sparkle, I dug up this Urban Decay Space Cowboy. Look at the shine. Clean off your brush a little bit and pick up some of that. And then pack that directly on your light pink. And oh, is that shimmery and fun. Sparkly goddess. Don't be shy with it. If you're going to go there with colors like this, really pick it up and pack it on. But having that little base on there will really help you from having a ton of fallout with a color like this. Because if you were just to use Space Cowboy dry, I think you might struggle a bit. Now, I think, this is just my opinion here, but when you've got a really highly shimmery thing going on your lids, what makes it look so clean and so finished is a very nice dark black liner. I've got my Jordana Color Envy and Black Envy here. You ever have a dessert that's so good you're still thinking about it like a good 5 days later? I recently had from one of our local restaurants the best tasting slice of coconut cream pie. Whew, was it good. But there was one flaw. Never enough crust. Almost anywhere you go out and you get a pie, and they just don't give you quite enough crust thickness. I'm not saying I need like a Chicago pan pizza type crust on my pies, but I mean, nobody does pie crust like my mom. And I actually had gotten on the phone with my mom the following day and said, Mom, could you start trying to make some coconut cream pies, because I think it would be perfect with, you know, the filling tastes amazing, but on her crust it would be so good because she makes such a good crust. And now I'm going into dangerous territory because the first wing needs to be a little thicker. Ay, chihuahua. Just realized I wasn't recording that last step. At least it was just one little thing. But I put Rimmel Scandalize in Nude on the lower inner rim, and I'm going to do just a little bit of shadow on the lower lash line, but I kind of want to keep it light down there. So I'm going to go back to Dark Heart, or Black Heart, which is right next to Dark Side. And I'm just going to get a little bit of that rocking right over here. This shade reminds me so much of MAC Beauty Marked. I remember when I was like head over heels for that color. Still a pretty color, I just don't think about it as much. Couple little adjustments on the look. I just want a little bit more visible rosiness above the eye because I know I'm doing a very full lash. So I'm going to take Limit and Nooner here, just kind of get some of both. And you could use your E25 again, or, you know, this is the E36, which I think is really nice about diffusing color. And just kind of get that all over that space above the crease. So what I'm going to do next, you guys have seen me put on mascara about 1 trillion times, and so I'm going to, for the sake of keeping this video from being super long, I'm going to go ahead and apply that off camera. I'm going to put on my lashes as well and then come back to you. And the lashes that I'm wearing are these Ardell 113s, which are absolutely fantastic. And I found these in my lash lookbook, which is a great, like, I think it's been marked down now to $20. It says $25 here, but look at this. You get all these styles of lashes to play with. Some are natural, some are, you know, this is toward the more dramatic end, the 113, but really fun little set. Okay, so I've got my lashes on, and for my lip color, I am using something that I've kind of been experimenting with a little bit lately. It's the Kylie lip gloss in Koko K. I know I held off a really long time before trying this brand, and I actually tried to try it a few times, but things are always sold out. There was some sort of deal somewhat recently, and I was able to actually get a few things, so I've been trying a liquid lipstick, an eye palette, and also one of these glosses. So this is Koko K, as I said, and the gloss, it has a brush tip applicator, And it really, truly is the perfect kind of pink for this look. And it's a fine line with pinks because for a quote-unquote winter pink, what I'm looking for is a pink that's not too light, also not too coral. I want it to have just the slightest bit of neutral kind of mixed in with it. So that's really what this is, and it's nice and soft. But with a lot of glosses, I might, you know, line the lips first, and you certainly could with this situation too, but it's a very opaque gloss. So it does give you a lot of full coverage color on the mouth. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look. Maybe this is something you can work into your holiday fun makeup if you like a little sparkle on the eyes. Definitely different from the classic old Hollywood red lip look that I did a while back. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.